Hello and welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legendary 5DS decks breakdown, and here we are talking about a little bit how this is gonna change our format, not only the TCG but also Genesys format and Time Wizard format. I really like that we got a variety of new cards coming in, but also how we can adapt these cards during our format. I'm thinking, for example, as a Time Wizard enjoyer, how, for example, the Crow deck will have an impact and like the accessibility of those cards in the Time Wizard. But for example, on the other hand, I also really feel like that for the Genesys format, we quite have a few options in mind. And for example, if you will be approaching a tournament for the TCG or the Genesys format, how would you be adapting those decks?
So the one that stands out the most for me is the Stardust and the Synchron capabilities that you now have. So what you have the ability for within the point structure is you can adapt utilizing the new cards to not rely so heavily on the higher point cast cards like your Junk Speeder. Utilizing the brand new cards like the Full Speed Warrior gives you quicker and faster access to a much more wider range of Synchron plays, which is really, really good to focus on either a Stardust outlet or just a pure Synchron operation for the pure fact you have so many cool and core reprints in that one. Then if you move over to Black Rose and utilize the brand new cards from Doom of Dimension, like your Bramble Rose Dragon, your Black Rose Garden, and of course your Rage Rose Witch, you don't need to rely on Black Garden as much, which does take a bit of a higher points cost for your total, but it still gives you the ability to utilize Black Rose Dragon itself and its completely destructive field power.
And I really feel like it's all about fantasy, it's all about building your decks and feel confident about the deck that you will be playing, whether it's on your local store or with your friends. And I really feel like we really want to give it a chance. You already have some very good ideas, but now it's your turn. So if you want to put your hands on those decks and see what you will be playing next, if it's going to be a YCS, if it's going to be at your regional, if it's going to be at your local OTS store, get your hand on the newest Yu-Gi-Oh! Legendary 5DS decks and bring your Genesys deck to your next level.